Hello, I'm Julie Zhou. This is the Queen Elizabeth II Conference Center. Today, the China Business Conference 2013 will be held here. The organizer, China-Britain Business Council, invites CBBC member companies, academic and government speakers to share their insights and practical advice on doing business in the UK and China. The conference was valued highly by the Chinese government and the British government. David Cameron, Prime Minister of the UK, and Liu Xiaoming, Ambassador of PRC to the UK, both sent electronic messages to the conference.
It is a great pleasure to welcome you to the China Business Conference today. When we came into office, we said this government would go for growth relentlessly, pursuing trade all over the world, connecting up to the fastest growing parts of the planet. And that's what today is all about.
Through this video message, I want to offer my warm congratulations to the China Business Conference 2013.
CBBC member companies, academic and government speakers gathered under the same roof to explore where such partnerships lie and the implications for British business. Sir David Brewer, chairman of CBBC, Stephen Perry, chairman of the 48 Group Club, Bob Grace, president of Jaguar Land Rover China, and Victor Chang, CEO, Huawei UK, the largest single investor from China, share their insights on the new opportunities in a changing landscape.
As I said, on behalf of the British government and the companies themselves, promoting trade into and with China in both directions.
I think if you look at China, its development over the last few years, particularly in my industry, it's gone through phenomenal growth. I can remember back in 2009 we were working with McKinsey and we were looking at the forecast for the car market in luxury terms by 2020, and we were defining that to be about 1 million units per year by 2020.
So I think the British will do well to identify that China will be a major world force and to work out how to work with China rather than get involved in a lot of small battles with the Chinese. So I do hope that the British can engage with China in a much more substantial way than they have, and the opportunities for us will be very great because we're a big financial centre, we're the home of the Industrial Revolution, we're the home of the English language, and we have a wonderful British-Chinese element in our society.
The speakers pointed out that China's elderly population had reached 194 million in 2012, the aging level of 14.3%. It was the first time the urban population was more than the agricultural population for thousands of years. The 12th five-year plan predicts that the urbanization rate will rise above 50%. China's aging population and urbanization will bring immense opportunities but also challenges in demographics, healthcare, employment, education, and city planning. The key advice was that smarter companies will benefit more.
What is the solution now? It relates lots of policy issues, but I think that's why I think that China's policy should more focus on small and medium-sized cities. That will be much more livable, and people can have easy access to their work and to their home without really traveling so long.
The urbanization opportunities in China are some of the best opportunities in the world to develop collaboration between China and the United Kingdom in particular. Because we've learned so much from our history and we've made many mistakes, that means that we can actually work with our Chinese partners to make sure that those mistakes are not repeated, and that some of the lessons that will be learnt in doing that work will be, I'm absolutely sure, will be fed back into Europe, into North America, and particularly into the UK.
British retailers and brands are going directly to China to set up their operations. For example, Tesco in cities like Beijing, Shanghai, and Qingdao. The UK has become a magnet for Chinese tourists and is one of the main destinations in Western Europe. China has become the #1 market for the consumption of luxury goods. The key advice from the day is that an analysis of Chinese consumer trends is essential for businesses to tap into the Chinese market.
Perspective at least. The Chinese consumer narrative has been dominated by sort of luxury at one end of the spectrum, and by sort of mass market goods, servicing China's vast population at the other.
So this implies that when you do advertising branding, you should still focus on first-tier, second-tier cities. But you couldn't forget about social media because that's so influential among the people from the third-tier, fourth-tier cities.
Well, I think today very much was a wake-up call to British industry. And it has opened their eyes to the immense change that's going on in China and the immense opportunities and also the immense threats. And I hope that all the delegates here from British industry will reflect and think actually it's much better to take the growth and the development of China as an opportunity and grasp those opportunities than it is to worry about the threats of it.
The UK is attracting Chinese investors because of its favourable conditions for international investment. Boston, the first Chinese fashion brand at Bond Street, is a pioneer.
Boston is a household clothing brand in China with a portfolio of 8 different brands covering major categories from menswear, ladies to children.
The UK services sector also provides a tremendous support for the Chinese companies looking across the world for opportunities.
To the UK, the sectors that China is interested in progressing with and developing expertise in are sectors that we're very strong in here in the UK, so research and development, marketing, branding, all those sort of areas.
Both the governments and commercial entities represented underpin the trade and investment between China and the UK.
If you're talking about two-way trade, last year actually it topped more than 60 billion US dollars, an increase of 7.4% year to year.
Our major task is to promote the import and an export and to attract foreign investment into China and another is to encourage Chinese investment abroad.
But I think underneath that level there's a very good working relationship at all levels. So we have a great deal in common and a great deal to give each other. I would like to see this a little bit warmer at the top level, but there's a new generation of Chinese leaders coming to power in China now as we speak, and I think there's every reason to hope that there will be a really good relationship between our leaders and theirs. That's important.
Hugo Swire MP, Minister of State for the Foreign and Commonwealth Office, summarized the day in his closing address.
But I just want to say thank you to the China-Britain Business Council, the CBBC, for organising today's conference, and to all of you for coming, particularly the guest speakers.
And Stephen Phillips, CEO of CBBC, closed the proceedings with an appraisal of the China Business Conference 2013.
It's really just the start of what's going to be an extensive programme of activity across China and the UK this year. So there's going to be lots more opportunity to build upon the discussions today, to go into more detail.